characters for such a long while. Thank you so much. I'm just wondering if you have imagined little secrets, little extra bits of your own lore that you have put into these characters, because Blizzard likes to take their little time. It doesn't have to be official, it doesn't have to be canon, it's just what you would imagine them do. Even if it's silly, even if it makes no sense.
Well, this isn't quite responding to your question, but when I was recording, I grew up in Colombia, and my cousin is my same age, he's a month older, and we looked like two little twin boys hanging out together, because I had a weird bowl cut. Anyway, so he was like my brother basically, and his English unfortunately wasn't as good as mine, so he just would talk like this, and all the time he would be like, fucking shit. Just say bad words, fucking shit. And so sometimes when I was recording Sombra, Andrea would be like, Carolina, if you need a lead into your line to give you a little extra oomph instead of just going into the line, just, you can say whatever you want, even if you want to swear. And so, because I was already speaking with an accent, I'd be like, fucking shit, hack the planet. And so it was just funny because it became this thing where I kept saying, fucking shit, because it was it just took me back to, and the cool thing was that my cousin used to play Blizzard games.
Is that the game?
It's not. No, because they cut that. It's a lead-in to whatever, and then they'd cut it off. But sometimes it gives you that kind of impulse, But it was cool because it's connected to my cousin who I grew up with, and he played Diablo and World of Warcraft. So I'm like, okay, you were the gamer, and now I'm using you to kind of get me into these lines. So it's not like me personally, but it is kind of what helps me sometimes get into some of the lines.
I do the same thing to get into my lines.
I actually do that. Not with Farah, but with commercials, I do that. I have a person, I have somebody that I'm imagining, and I start by saying, Liz, blah, and I have the person that I'm talking to.
So who's Liz?
One of my best friends.
Love it. Yeah. If there's something that you use of yourself to get into the character, or something that's not, a little secretive Anjali thing for Symmetra, it doesn't have to do with the lore.
Just channel my very elegant cousin. I have a dear cousin from India, and she's the most elegant, graceful, under fire person. I call her the Queen of Mumbai because she can get anything done anywhere. And so when I'm going into lines, a lot of times I'll just be like, and then go, just something to mellow it out, because everything that Symmetra does is so elegant, even when she's insulting people. She's most of her lines are really insulting, but they sound so nice. You're did she really insult me? Because I can't tell. Did she actually say I was not meant for greatness? Because that's mean, but it was so nice sounding. I kind of not sure. So yeah, I try to channel her.
For me with Farah, it's always about the posture. So when I can't sit. I mean, some people can sit and do their lines. Farah is always a stand and deliver character. So I have to stand, and it's about the posture, and I usually just have to tighten up my glutes and tighten up my abs, and then take a breath, and then I can start talking. It's very, so that's where she comes from. She comes from a place of strength and power.
I was gonna add to that, I think a lot of us, it's funny, I think Chloe takes her shoes off to record, I do too. Oh no, she had heels on, so she could be Widowmaker. I take my shoes off for some reason.
All about heels, all about the heel.
Yeah, I have to wear boots, and flat boots.
Oh!
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of us, I don't know if you know about power poses, but Sombra also, I have to stand with my legs kind of open and it can't be hack the planet. It's gotta be bam, doing this. And so I stand for the most part because it gives us this impulse. You just float, whatever.
I wear rollerblades and channel Johnny Cruz. Lucio.
I would just sing that song that Lucio does.
Chillin', so much chillin'.
Let's break it down. Those are lines.
Let's break it down. That's good.
Break it down.
I just want to steal his song for Symmetra and have it go duddits. So many duddits. Can we do that? And do that. Totally getting off topic.
We're handling our own Q&A here, sorry.
Yeah, but still the fans are loving everything you guys are doing right now. But thank you very much for your question. It was amazing, you guys, the little dancing and the little singing. But again, I'll be choosing from the audience. I'll be selecting some from the back this time. I see someone with the lights here with a colorful shirt. Yes, sir, you with the glasses. Yes, you. Introduce yourself and you have the floor.
Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you guys. It's an honor. I'm Joey and I'm a Sombra main. I love you so much. I love you. Yeah, all right, I just have 2 quick questions though. First, it's more of a personal question though. What would be your advice to any future aspiring voice actors out there?
Run!
I always say it's a great time to get involved in voiceovers, to start in voiceovers, because there are so many projects that are being done out of people's houses. People are able to animate at home. People are able to buy an inexpensive USB mic and plug it into their computer and record something great. So it's a terrific time. I mean, when I started doing voiceovers, you had to go get a terrible agent, and then a slightly better agent, and then a slightly better agent. It took forever to finally position yourself and fight your way in. Whereas now, if you can animate it all, if you have friends who can animate it all, if you can find a crew of people to work with and make your own material, you can build your own resume on YouTube. So I would strongly suggest collaborating and creating your own characters and doing your own cachet of people and getting a USB mic. And following trends of what you're hearing in games and on animation and in commercials, and just follow up, if you hear it, because every few years the trends will change. So yeah, and so long as you're on top of it and you know where your place is in the market, and then keep producing material, then you have stuff for people to refer to.
Cool, thank you.
You got it.
For the second question though, it's more of the game. So obviously each character that has been introduced, you get a brief background or an origin about them. Now is there anything that you would like to know that you obviously don't know about your character?
I'd love to know how she connects to the rest of the Overwatch universe, because right now we have a sense of how a lot of them, the Overwatch folks, the Talon folks, where they all link up, but Symmetra's kind of living in this limbo place right now where she's connected with Vishkar, but she hasn't yet had any specific interaction with personal interaction with any other characters in the lore. Obviously, there's a little bit of talk back and forth with her and Lucio and other characters, but I'd love to know how she fits into the bigger picture eventually. I feel like it's a really long game for them. They're gonna let that. We're not gonna learn that for a while, I suspect.
I'd love to know the name of Sombra's teddy bear.
Oh my god.
I would also like to know a little bit more of her emotional side, because, or who Sombra could love, or maybe what her relationship with her parents was. I'm guessing they were killed off in Dorado. But I think that she's so badass, but also I think emotionally closed off to a lot of things because she's had to. So it'd be interesting to dig a little deeper into her vulnerabilities.
I'd like to know why Zenyatta wears pants. He's a robot, so why, what's he got under there? I mean, it's curious, anyway.
Did you watch The Shape of Water? I mean, there's stuff, so.
Yeah, well, that's your next short right there. That sounds good to me.
I want to know more about Farah's dad. Now, Michael Chu dropped a little bomb. I don't know if anyone watched any of the video about what happened at BlizzCon. Apparently, his name is Sam, but we don't know anything else. So I want to know more about Farah's dad and about Anna's relationship with him, because that's definitely my question.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
Awesome set of questions, actually. Yeah, who is Farah's dad? I'm going to be moving over here as I'm going to be searching for a new person. But I see, is that Sombra. Oh wait, no, I see a May cosplayer. I see a May cosplayer right here. You want to ask some questions? I'm gonna look for you. Let's see what you got.
Good afternoon, my name is Seth. Unfortunately, the voice actor of my main is not here, which is Reinhardt. But my question is, if you're given a chance to do the lines of another character, who would that be? And do you have some sample lines of that character?
I always clarify this first, just because I want to know. Do you mean if we could do that character with the given voice that we actually have as humans, or with our dream voice? Like any character in the game doesn't have to sound like my actual voice can pull off.
The voice of your original character, like Sinatra, then like the character you want to do the lines on.
Oh, you want us to do lines as our characters, but other lines?
Yeah.
So other characters' lines as your Symmetra voice.
There's so many great lines for all of the characters. Because I have this dream of me sounding like Reinhardt. Looking like this and sounding like him. You know, Hammerdoll! Like, I want to be that guy. But I can't imagine, in Symmetra's voice, it's not quite as appealing to be like, Hammerdoll. You know, like, saucy. I guess with Symmetra's voice, it would make sense to sound like Widowmaker or Sombra, because I feel like the three of them are the queens of shade. You know, they all kind of like get together. That's our girl band, by the way. It's gonna be the queens of shade. Yeah, the three of us. It's the three of us just insulting people really elegantly. So I feel like relájate, I'm not going to kill you. You know, the stuff like that, or one shot, one kill. You know, like all that stuff. Like the Little Mermaid right there. You just Little Mermaid. Yes! Yeah!
I'm thinking, oh my gosh. Justice reigns from above. Pass into the iris. You are not meant for greatness.
Everything sounds good in her voice. Oh, yummy.
I think Chris Parson has so much fun with everything's coming up exploding. That'd be great.
That's Junkrat, by the way.
Yeah, Junkrat. And Josh Petersdorf, of course. Say bacon one more time.
One-man apocalypse one. I'm a one-man apocalypse.
I'm a one-man apocalypse.
Oh my god, I want.
Hack the planet.
But my favorite, I want to do my version of it is Widowmaker. If I could do, you know, step into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. I want to do it. But I guess if Farah did it, it would be, step into my parlor, said the, oh my god, I'm getting all confused now, that's terrible, hold on. Step into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. Something like that.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. I believe we do have 2 more questions to ask. And I see, let's get someone from the back actually. That guy over there raising his hand, I can see you. You're quite far. Yes, you. Yes? You can step in front. Yes, the spotlight is towards you. Nearest mic is over here. Yes, sirree. Okie dokie. All right. Introduce yourself and you can ask your question.
Hello, my name is King.
Hi. What a great name.
Hey, thank you. I was wondering about, I read an article about you guys, and then from Rolling Stones, and then they said about Overwatch is like the Beatles for voice acting. So, what do you think about that? Saying that you guys are like so popular for voice acting, especially on games.
Well, we all live in a yellow submarine together. So,
I'd be George, because he was into like Buddhism and stuff, right?
I'm so Ringo.
oh my God, you are so
Definitely
Ringo.
Ringo.
I want to be Paul McCartney only because I had a crush on him, but that's kind of weird too, right? I mean, we're flattered that
bit said. That's a crazy thought. The Beatlemania is a whole other animal. So that's super cool. But I will say, you know, we walk on stage and it feels pretty awesome that you guys love the game so much. So thank you. It's you guys that made that happen, not us. Right? I don't know what our PR agent has to say over here.
No, 100%. Like, I think the context of that was just that it feels amazing, especially as voice actors, because generally speaking, voice actors in games and movies and stuff like that don't get recognized outside of the sound of that voice. And so this is a new phenomenon for a lot of us that we would be so widely embraced by the community, not just as the characters, but as the actors behind them. That's a very new thing. So I think that's more of the context that was in that article. None of us think that we're as cool as the Beatles. Trust me, we are way not that cool. But it's the sense that the community is so hugely embracing. I mean, just the fact that you guys, like, the response that you guys give us when we say one of our voice lines, that right there is always amazing to me. Like, we're just doing our job, and you guys make our job special.
I think I can speak for all of us when I say that we are so grateful and we are so flattered. I mean, this is an overwhelming thing, what's happened with Overwatch. And the fact that we've all bonded and united and we get to travel together and we've all developed our own close relationships is very special and is extremely unusual for any other video game cast that exists and that I've been a part of. So to be called the Beatles for voice actors, it's crazy, it's wild. But thank you all for making this happen for all of us.
We're just so blessed to be a part of this game and so blessed to get to meet you guys all over the world. It's fantastic. So thank you again. Please.
And the Overwatch family is a real thing. And I get advice from the ladies in the game that we've become friends, and when we hang out, we have just a great time. And Matt Mercer and Winston have so much experience in voice acting. Every time I have questions about stuff, I call them, and they're just so knowledgeable and so helpful about it. It's just really wonderful. And then the European actors hadn't done many cons, so we're like, this is how they work, and it's just cool because we're all kind of sharing information and helping each other out with different cons. I can't go, do you want to go to this one? And so I just feel like, we just love helping each other out, and because we get to meet you guys.
Very much for the question. I'm pretty sure I speak for everybody here that we're super thankful that you guys visited the Philippines. We're so happy that you guys are here. Anyway, I think we're down to our last question. So let me see. This is very important. I see a very enthusiastic person at the back side of the room who's jumping up and down. Yes, you. You see, you're wearing a Maru-chan. Yes. You. Yay, look at her, she's so happy. There we go. Alrighty, what's your name and what's your question? Hello, my name is Mary Angel Del Mundo, and I'm here right now because of my friend. And yeah, she introduced me to you guys because she always often tell me that you guys are awesome and your guys are the most cuddly person ever. I am here basically right now to just hug you guys because she said that you like hugs though. Anyways, my question is a very weird question, I might say. A very, very, very weird question. Why is it weird, you ask? Well, it depends on you guys. Okay, one, two, three. Among you four, who do you guys ship? I mean, among the characters in Overwatch, do you guys have any pairings among the characters? That's my question.
I think this has been asked before, but if you were to marry a character in Overwatch as yourselves, who do you think that would be? Yourselves? That's a good one. I think I'd marry Anna. I want to be Anna and I want to be with Anna. Anna is is so cool. Ana is like the ultimate protector. You can depend on her. She's always cool. She's always grace under fire. She's super strong. She's super sassy. Like, I want to be her and I want to be with her all at the same time. She's so cool. So if I could marry Ana, I would totally marry Ana, or I would be Ana. I'd pick one or the other.
Remember, guys, she's saying Anjali would marry Ana. She's not shipping Symmetra on Ana. So don't go put that on the wall.
Don't make it Simona or something like that. No, there's no like chill with that.
I would marry Lucio because me, Carolina, because I lived in Brazil and I'm obsessed with Rio de Janeiro. I'm a 90s girl and I love rollerblading. He's a freaking DJ, so we would dance all night, and he's just so much freaking fun. So yeah. I would cut off his dreads. I don't know if I could wake up in the morning and see that, you know, like, that's a little too much for me. Although, you know, dreads are cool, but just not. Well, let's stop there.
Well, I, Jen, in real life, have this really awesome husband, and he's probably a cross between Zenyatta and Symmetra. He's probably like a cross between them, because he's like really terrific and focused, and he can get like into the tunnel sometimes, but he's also very zen, and he's also very calm, and he's like a Mr. Can-Do kid. So it would have to be a cross between the two of you guys. Because I'm
totally calling him Semyana from now on.
I love it!
Rob is totally Semyana or Zenetra. Or Zenetra. Zenetra sounds like Zenetra. Yeah, Zenetra sounds like medication, so we'll have to call it Semyana.
My own girlfriend is blonde, and she takes care of me like Mercy. You know, yeah, that's Mercy.
She is a caretaker.
She is absolutely a caretaker.
Sorry, she's actually taken. By 76, yeah.
Oh.
By Farah, we don't know. Mercy gets around, man. I'll tell you, you know? She really.
Under that good girl facade, you never know.
Not so much, yeah.
Interesting questions. Thank you so much, Violet. You're adorable.
You're very adorable.
Oh my god.
Oh yes. Before I go, I want to thank my friend. Her name is Kay Mac Chelitopo. It's because of her that I'm right here right now. If it's okay with you, I would like to thank the voice actors for coming here by singing a song. Is it?
Oh no.
I think that's adorable. I think go ahead.
Great.
Okay. Do you guys know Cuphead? Sorry, that's another question, but still. I'm gonna sing King Dice. That one, yeah. I'm so sorry, I'm very rusty right now because I have a cough fever. But still, here I go. 1, 2, 3. I'm Mr. King Dice. I am the gamest in the land. I never play nice. I am the devil's right-hand man. I can let you pass because you ain't done everything. Give me those contracts. Come on and hail to the king. Don't mess with King Dice. Oh, don't you mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Oh, don't you mess with me.
The crowd, but looks like that's it for our Q&A session. But before we go, they'll be right back. But before we go, any messages to the fans right now before you guys go forward with the session later?
Okay, sure. I was gonna thank y'all for coming, first of all.
Yes.
And sorry you guys are gonna have to stand in line, but we love you for it and thank you. We're gonna give you hugs and all that good stuff. And we're just trying to put out there that we hate all the bullying that goes online when some of us, you, them, play Overwatch. And we'd love to just create a more positive community because we love the fan art, we love meeting you guys, and all of this is full of love and positivity. So I don't know if we can work towards a less
Toxic
environment playing online. That would be amazing. So let's spread the word.
And when you're trying to kill each other, be nice to each other.
Yes.
With a message of Overwatch is so inclusive and the world is so beautiful that we would love to have that be more inspirational rather than having any kind of situation where people are feeling less than or being made to feel less than when they're playing. So Jeff Kaplan said something, I read that he said something in an interview where he said the only people we want to exclude from playing Overwatch are people who exclude other people. Which means the whole point of this game is to embrace and play and share and do things together. There's a reason it's a team shooter. There's not just one of you. It's for everybody to get along and for everybody to enjoy it. It's a game to be enjoyed and to be shared. So yeah, you're killing other characters, but like that doesn't mean you have to be cruel while you're doing it. So please enjoy it with each other and do everything you can to help people spread that word so that we can keep this game positive and going forward, because it's so much fun for us to see how happy you guys are. You should be able to be happy when you're playing too.
And give it up for our cosplayers!
Mahal po kayo, Philippines! Thank you, everyone!
Thank you very much once again. You guys are amazing. I believe they're going to be having a autograph and photo session later on at 2 p.m. So please do make sure to go there if you have registered for that.